Aaron Jones, you old so-and-so, the subject of much controversy, a poster child for why Mike McCarthy no longer coaches in Green Bay. So many folks so dismayed by why Jones didn't play more in 2018, why Jamal Williams kept getting run even after Jones put up some numbers last year. So on today's show, my goal is to try and explain what happened last year and also talk about Jones's fantasy stock in 2019. Let's start out by talking about what I see Jones doing well. The way I can sum it up best is acceleration. There is a clear and obvious difference in acceleration between these two Green Bay backs. This isn't an amazing run. Jones is running straight forward into air, but especially from the side angle, I think you can see a different kind of acceleration out of Jones compared to Jamal Williams. And just by contrast, here is Williams, and you can see a difference, I think. It's not exactly the same play, but here the linebackers are closing in on him and don't seem to have a lot of problem anticipating where he'll be. There, I guess with Williams, no real extra jets that create like an optical illusion and make a tackler almost tackle behind where the actual runner is, almost where he expects him to be. From the same game, again, by contrast, here's Jones, and it's another enormous hole, so we're not giving him huge props for getting in the clear, but I want to watch number 43 here, John Johnson, and I'd argue he is surprised how fast Jones gets on him. No real amazing lateral moves here, it's just north-south. Pew! Jones sees the potential tackle, he hits the gas, changes his vector a little bit, and he's gone. Hey, we're sponsored by Lisa. Have you been waking up stiff and sore, or have you not been getting a good night's sleep? It might be time for a new mattress, and if it is, I can personally recommend Lisa. I sleep on a Lisa every single night, usually not quite so glamorous as it looks in these pictures, but it is the best night of sleep I've ever gotten. And I know maybe you think it's a little weird to get a mattress off the internet without testing it out in a showroom first, but to that I say Lisa will give you 100 nights to sleep on it. If you don't love it, get your money back, no questions asked, and I can get you 15% off your new mattress. Just go to lisa.com/Harris15. Seriously, you should not sleep on an old mattress. It ain't good. 15% off, lisa.com/Harris15. Okay, back at it talking about Aaron Jones, who is a relatively little dude. He's 5'9", 208. What kind of power does he have? I think this play shows exactly what kind of power he has. When he gets his momentum going with those strong tree trunk legs, he is a handful to get on the ground in a way that reminds me, it's going to be a recurring theme in this show, Devonta Freeman. It reminds me of Devonta Freeman shoving his way into the end zone here. And similarly here, gets through a gap, a nice little adjustment to avoid being stuffed, and he gets out into the clear, and he can get his legs moving, and you see drive like this once he's gotten going. Once he's gotten going, Aaron Jones is a lot harder to tackle than some random 208-pound running back. But when a defensive tackle gets a good shot on him, I mean, Aaron Jones, it's not his fault, right? This is a bad play call, and he's too small to really have any say about it. He's not going to do anything in a case like this, which is not a slam on him, and it's not a shock. But if I'm comparing him to Jamal Williams, I mean, I think Williams has a little bit more sand in his britches. Well, another example, when Jones doesn't get going all the way, well, getting tackled by Bobby Wagner, not a sin. But I think this play illustrates the point. Wagner's right here, and basically he doesn't move. Jones is a tackling dummy coming right at him, and he just completely absorbs all of Jones's momentum because Aaron Jones doesn't have much momentum yet, and he's just simply not going to be able to escape when he runs into Bobby Wagner. Now listen, I'm exaggerating. It was actually Jones who got more carries inside the 5 than Williams last year, and he scored on 2 of them, so I don't want to paint with too broad a brush here because I have some axe to grind. But as big an Aaron Jones fan as you want to be, I mean, we have to stipulate he's definitely on the smaller side. All right, so I mentioned Devonta Freeman, and I think in a lot of ways, it is a smart comparison. They share a ton of qualities, including size, including great acceleration. The thing Freeman is showing here that I don't think Jones has as much of is wiggle. Freeman has more of the stop foot, go foot that can help set him loose. Whereas I think Jones has a tendency, when they got a beat on him, he goes down. Like, he tries to run through him. He tries to run into him, he tries to create contact, and he usually doesn't make a lot of guys grapple with air. So I guess in my estimation, compared to a play like this with Freeman, it's just a slightly lesser version of Devonta Freeman, maybe not slightly. And then finally, something else we hear about Jones is that he's not the best back that the Packers have in pass protection. And I honestly don't see that many mistakes in pass protection on film from last year. That might be a little bit overrated, but we can watch him here. At best, I guess he's a little bit indifferent. He's supposed to help the left tackle. He gets himself in sort of a half-hearted position, kind of like squirts out into the flat. Maybe you're going to throw it to me. This sack isn't because of Aaron Jones. I don't think he's helping all that much. By contrast, here's Jamal Williams pass blocking on a 2nd and 10, and you can see him lined up there to Aaron Rodgers' left in shotgun, and at the snap, watch him see it. Watch him run all the way across the formation, recognizing the blitz, preventing a sack. That is really uncommon instinct and understanding of assignment. However you want to give excuses for Aaron Jones' pass protection, really hard to make the case that that isn't an advantage that Williams has. Okay, so have I trashed Aaron Jones here? I don't mean to. I like him. But in pointing out some size limitations, the fact that he probably isn't an electric change of direction guy, and also that Jamal Williams is a better pass blocker, I think, what I'm trying to say is Jamal Williams is going to play. I really believe that. I'm not a big Jamal Williams fan, but let's cast aside the idea that Aaron Jones leaps up from 30 snaps a game to 50. And that's okay. Most backfields are platoons, and Jones is easily the Packer running back that you want for fantasy. Lesser Devonta Freeman is still very good, though like many players Freeman's size, a big workload can lead to injury. I have Jones's RB21 standard 23 PPR. I'm a round lower than the market, but that's not because he's bad. But it's maybe because he's not quite reliable enough for me to take him above some receivers like Keenan Allen, Stephon Diggs, Amari Cooper, etc. But clearly, those of you who are doing drafts out there and setting ADP, you like him better than I do. So, a way to wrap this up is, let us know why you like Jones a bit better than I do down in the comments. Maybe you'll just convince me. Hey, this was fun. Thank you very much for watching today. We will see you next time.